Hi, my name is Partha Ghosh and I represent Samsung. I head corporate communications for Samsung India and Southwest Asia. I am extremely happy to connect with all of you who are attending the talk today. Special thanks to the team at Spectra for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with the fraternity. Appreciate your kindness. A quick background: before joining Samsung, I was an editor, a journalist for 20 years. I used to write on companies, policies, consumers, etc. In the last 10 of those 20 years, I was also editor for the Economic Times on Sunday. I launched ET Hindi and headed several editorial projects at the paper. As ET's resident editor, I also launched ET Gujarati. My stint in corporate communications is much shorter. This October, I completed 6 years on this side, and I hope to do a few more years and be able to contribute to this field and this community. But to do that, I realize I will have to quickly change with the times. Things are spinning around us, and many of you may be finding that a change in the way we work is just inevitable. Old practices have suddenly become dated. I doubt if any of you still have executives asking for an article on the front page of ET or TUI like before. In fact, the bundle of newspapers hasn't been coming to our offices since the March lockdown. Well, I have been, working from office every day since unlock began. I'm in fact speaking to you from the studio of our office right now. I assume most of you must be working from home and wondering if it is a good idea, but I am enjoying it. My employer is ensuring all employees get a safe environment at work, and we stick to the 9 to 5 work timings. Like many of you, my team also worked long hours when working from home, sometimes as late as 2 a.m. So we are very happy we returned to the old normal. Well, thanks to what some economists named as the fear economy and the government's decision to impose COVID lockdowns, the consumer's life has changed dramatically. We haven't visited a cinema hall for months. We have turned to Netflix instead. Our house helps are yet to come back. So we are buying expensive labor saving devices like 50,000 rupees vacuum cleaners. We are mostly driving on our own. Going to malls or even the neighborhood store is still not a great idea. I get a delivery text from Amazon on my phone almost every day, thanks to my Gen Z daughter and my wife. I understand that online is all about impulse buying. So while we were confined to our homes, we, the consumers, didn't for a moment lose connect with the outside world. Thanks to our televisions, laptops, tablets, smartphones, we found a way to be Atmanirbhar. Our shift to digital just got hastened. The consumer gets what he wants, and as communicators and marketers, we also had to change with the times. Interestingly, while the marketing functions of most companies had made some headway into digital over the last few years, PR or communications was still confined mostly to the traditional ways: print, newspapers, magazines, press conferences, briefings, and all that you know. And those PR teams which had gone digital with own media platforms were more or less supporting the marketing functions with product PR using influencers. Most of their work was also inorganic. Corporate reputation PR was confined to the traditional media and their extensions in online like news portals, etc. Those companies which were prepared, like being able to create content in house or through contracted agencies, had skilled manpower and technology to conceive, create, and tell these stories. They were better off during the lockdown. While the media went silent on product news, and so did many responsible companies who stopped product PR and froze marketing activities, these communication teams were able to help keep the connect with the consumers going with some very powerful storytelling, which was inspiring, humane, and informative, like the DIY stories, for instance. The difference between March, when the lockdowns were imposed, to today is that while earlier we were able to reach out mostly to the Gen Zs and millennials, today we have a larger and varied digital audience that comprises even seniors who have either shifted to digital and social media for want of fast news or engaging content like those YouTube videos or information that is useful to them. This shift has been hastened by the decline of the print media, our go to for corporate reputation, which took a significant hit during the lockdown. Most media companies with much reputation have expanded their focus on digital and social media, with advertisers also wanting to put their dollars in the digital space. They have little option. Till the time print media doesn't get its mojo back, those who manage corporate reputation need to shift their storytelling to various sizes of the screens, from the 6-inch screen of the smartphone to the 12-inch screen of your tablet or to the 40-inch or bigger screen of your television. This is also your biggest opportunity. As you can tell your story to audiences, consumers, community, government directly, and just the way you want. The biggest challenge, however, will be to convince your business and management, or the CFO, those who control the money, to spend on PR. PR is usually seen as an organic function. So why this change of heart? Will be the question, right? Business will also not be convinced about spending money beyond product PR. It is also difficult to show ROI. But we will need to make internal stakeholders aware of this change in media consumption and media mix in favor of digital and the risk for corporate reputation. It is no more about doing a witty tweet and winning over millennials. It is also about retaining the trust of many consumers who have shifted to digital and who too are now scrutinizing your content and forming an opinion about the company, about its management, and its brand. It is also time to take control of all communications, as PR teams are the custodians of the company and manage external risks. And the risk of a poor communication tarnishing your reputation is very high on the digital and social media platforms. All of us know that. So it is really necessary that all communications, irrespective of where they may be generated from, should be vetted by the comms team, even an ad. And we know of some recent examples of digital campaigns which went wrong and had to be withdrawn due to outrage on Twitter and other social media platforms. Point to note is that even the traditional media, which came across as supportive of the company, could not come to their rescue. Now, our stakeholders, especially consumers, are scrutinizing every communication we do under the lens of correctness and association to their values. They also want to listen to the truth. They want to hear more about the consumer and less about the brand or business. They want to know more about what you think about burning crackers on Diwali or your views on gender issues, than how great your product is. Remember, the more they love, admire, and trust you, the more the chances of you being able to convert or retain them as your consumer. That is why you need to tell them real stories. I am a great advocate of creating your own content. These are stories about the company and how our innovations impacted someone's lives or transformed a whole community, or how an employee set an example for others to follow, by going all out to help a consumer during the lockdown. Or maybe how an IIT student went back inspired after an internship with your firm. These stories do not have actors. They're real stories with real people, and they make inspirational stuff. Look deep inside your companies, and you will find many such stories. While our marketing colleagues, they continue to do their jobs well with ads featuring actors and influencers, you can create fewer number of inspirational stories in a year with lesser budget. A great story will win you brand advocates who might even help bail you out during times of crisis. For many of us, the shift to digital has also led to a change in the media mix that we intend to target and allocating resources for data analytics so that we are able to pick just the right media to precisely reach out to audiences based on geographies, gender, and age, and other parameters is a good idea. As research and data analytics become important, it is also necessary to have people in your team with relevant knowledge and skills. Pure play PR is passe. You need people who understand digital, not just digital PR, but also digital marketing. You might have to take some very bold decisions about the construct of your team in the future. Friends, the ongoing COVID 19 crisis has made strategic communication and visibility essential for business well being across the world. Never has the need for reputation counsel been so critical to the business. My team used the entire lockdown period to study digital critically and build differentiated content from internal resources to keep the connect with the consumers and media going strong even while the world around went silent. I was asked not to speak about my company, but I would suggest you visit our newsroom and our social media news handles to see how the product innovation, CSR, people stories kept the momentum going during the lockdown. And when the lockdown ended, we were prepared to support the business in a warmer environment with consumer trust on our side. I cannot share our internal numbers, but this has been the best year for us as a comms team. I wish all of you success for your endeavors and best wishes for the year ahead. I hope to meet you soon in person. Thank you very much.